everyone, and welcome to NAV 2025.
Hi, it's Jacques Telemac, founder and executive director of Filmmakers Alliance. If you don't know what Filmmakers Alliance is, shame on you. I'm here today speaking to Leanna.
Yeah, hello.
Do you just go by Leanna, or is there...
I go by VAMP.
VAMP?
I feel like it's just more mysterious
Oh.
and spooky, you know?
Forget Leanna.
But Leanna or VAMP, whatever you prefer.
VAMP.
Yes.
But your company's called VAMP.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a production company?
I like to call myself the VAMP of all trades. I have my hands in a lot of different baskets. I do a lot of things, content creation, production, a clothing brand. I'm a beekeeper. I'm a ghost hunter, a lot of different things.
And how does all these different things integrate and come under the umbrella of VAMP?
Essentially, it's just me as my personality. And I feel like we're in a day and age where, say even like 10, 15 years ago, you had to be one thing, right? You had to be an accountant, you had to be a filmmaker, you had to be a baker. And now that's not really the case. Now you can kind of be a lot of different things. And I like a lot of different things, and I don't like to put myself into one little box. And I want other people to realize that you don't have to put yourself in a box. If you like 100 things and you want to be 100 things, do them all. Yeah.
And was this an evolution? I mean, can tell us the genesis of
I would say that I grew up kind of like a spooky Halloween kid.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, it was kind of not really like a faux pas, but you liked Halloween in October. And if you were into it in January, you're kind of like a little bit of a weirdo. So as I grew older, and I was like, but why are you a weirdo? If you like something that everyone else doesn't like, that doesn't matter. But it was an evolution, because I think when you're younger, you have a little bit of trouble grasping that.
Yeah. Where were you raised? How did you get the validation to feel like I can be who I want?
My mom is amazing, and she's my biggest cheerleader. But I was born and raised in Southern California, so grew up there. I'm currently still there, and I just found a really good support system. Then I met my husband later on in life, and we really connected on a lot of the same things. We developed a puppet show. I forgot to mention puppets at the beginning.
Puppets too?
Like a Halloween family show. We have a clothing brand based around the show, and we just kind of decided, like, this is what we want to do, and we're just going to do it. And we're going to follow that path and see where it leads us, and here we are.
Cool. So
Yeah.
what started first? What was the first thing that...
So one of the first projects we started was the puppet show.
Okay.
We both grew up being Halloween kids. We both grew up loving like the Munsters, the Muppets, and neither of us really felt like there was something that represented...
Munsters.
Yeah, I know.
Reruns.
Yeah, for sure reruns, yeah. We felt like there was nothing that really represented something in the horror community for like little kids. Like you see little kids and they like Nightmare on Elm Street, and they like Halloween, they like all of these like slashers. But if you think about it, it's not super age appropriate for little kids. You know, they like it because their parents watch it or someone older introduced them to it. And so we wanted to really create something like the Muppets had like spooky episodes in October, but there was nothing that really targeted that. And so we had characters we developed. They live in this whole world. I'm the human in the show, so I'm like the real vampire lady in the show, and everything else is puppets. And again, we just kind of are those people that we can sit and wait for someone else to do it or help us do it, or we can do it ourselves.
Yeah. How did you pull it together? Like, did it cost a lot of money, or how did you...
We met some friends who we were at a convention, and they were doing puppets, and we're like, I think these are the people that like get our vibe. So we teamed up. They made the puppets. We created the puppets. We created the world, and my husband films. So we just were like, let's just do it. Let's just make an episode. Let's see how it works. And we just had so much fun. It just kind of was one of those things where things started falling into place, and it just kind of worked out. But it was an evolution. It wasn't like we woke up one morning and we're like, this is what we're going to do, and we were perfect at it. Yeah. We are creators. We're learning along the way. We're still learning. So yeah, I think that, yeah.
And how did they find you? from all the content you'd been creating and your
Yeah.
social media presence?
Yeah, and I think from even things like this, like look where we are right now. We're in NAB in Las Vegas. There's amazing brands surrounding us, and it's actually how I met a lot of the brands that I work with is boots on the ground, walking into a convention, talking to people, going up to brands that I have purchased stuff from before and saying, "Hey, I love your stuff. I really believe in you. I would love to work with you." So it's
And
a
you have
little
the content to back it up. And
Yeah.
They say, hey, we want to see some.
Yeah, and I think that the content creation world is so rapidly evolving that I think people see that and they're like, I can do that. And of course, anyone can do it, but you have to be willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of people, a lot of the younger generation lacks is realizing how much work and how much effort it does take to and consistency.
Yeah.
You know.
Consistency,
Yeah.
I think, is huge.
Yes.
And you have a particular attraction or whatever to horror?
I do.
Correct.
I do.
So-
Hence the name VAMP.
Yes. And somebody suggested that you might be the modern day Elvira.
I have heard that, and it's a very great compliment.
Yeah,
So
she was
thank
awesome.
you. She's very
She's
awesome.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I was actually married by her.
What?
Yeah,
Wow. So you know her.
I do know her. Yeah, I worked with her for quite a bit. So she has worked with Not Scary Farm for many, many years. She got ordained to be a minister, and we've known her for a very long time. And my husband and I had been together for quite a few years, and the opportunity came about where she's like, "Y'all want to get married?" And we're like, "You're gonna do it? Hell yeah, we're gonna do that."
Wow.
So we had the most epic wedding at Not Scary Farm
Oh,
with
that's
our
awesome.
closest friends and family, and it was just insane. So many of our friends to this day are like, "I don't think I've ever been to like a cooler, spookier wedding." And I'm like, "Thank you,
That's awesome.
thank you."
So as the modern day Elvira, are you introducing content or you're just presenting yourself in your own content?
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing, which a lot of people see, like kind of horror hosts and hosts in a lot of different genres as like these people are playing a character. For me, I'm not playing a character. Like what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
People think that this is like a get up. I'm like, no, this is just a normal,
How you roll out of bed.
Tuesday afternoon outfit. Like I didn't,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I have variations of the hat, but there's always a hat. It's kind of goth, spooky,
Yeah.
cowboy vibes. It's just it's
But
my style.
are on your wherever you're hosting your content?
Yeah.
On your website, I assume, and also on social media.
Yeah.
Are you introducing other people's work, or is it just always just work you guys have done?
Just my work, essentially. I mean, I've hosted stuff for like The Walking Dead. I've hosted stuff for like for networks and studios in the past. So it's kind of a combination of both. Like I said, vamp of all trades. If I like it and it's cool, I want to do it.
You want to be a part of it?
Yeah, I want to be a part of it. Yeah. And like this is like, how cool is this that we're sitting in a place and we're all kind of creators in different ways, shapes, and forms, and we're applauding each other, we're lifting each other up, and it's really awesome to be a part of something like this. So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
Of
But we're not
course.
done yet. I
We're
have
not
to
done
ask
yet,
about
no.
what you got going on.
Yeah.
You got a couple shows like that you're rolling out right now, right?
Yeah. So the puppet show is kind of an ongoing thing that I work on. We also have like an animated version of the puppet show where it's the cartoon version of the characters. I do a couple talk shows. I do a show called Let's Get Spooky, which is like a video podcast, talk show style. A lot of things that are in the works. My husband and I also just built a 1,500 square foot filming studio,
Wow.
which has been a labor of love. Construction is
Where in 'cause it's
Southern
not cheap to
California.
do
It
in
is
Southern
not.
California.
It is not. So we kind of took on this task and we're like, we want a studio. We're going to do it.
Wow.
We're going to build it. And I guess I didn't realize how hard construction was. Like, to be 100% honest, I was like,
no, it's
yeah,
a lot. It's a
I
lot.
built some stuff. I do crafts. I'll be fine. And then this giant building gets delivered and I was like, oh, wow, like this is construction.
This is for real.
And
What part of LA or Southern California is it?
it's top secret Southern California.
okay.
Yeah, I
Not
can't give
ready
away
to
all
reveal.
my secrets. Can't give away all of them.
People showing up on your doorstep.
Right, I know. But yeah, we really were like all hands on deck, and I've learned so many skills. I pretty much have every tool at Home Depot. They know me. I'm there every other day. They're like, hey, you're back. What do you need? And they just walk me to what I need.
You guys are doing this yourself.
Yeah, and ultimately at the beginning, it was super overwhelming. I think one big thing for me is what I've learned through everything that I've done is everything can be super overwhelming if you let it be. we're in a world now where we can create films. Think about 20 years ago. You couldn't do that. You couldn't get your iPhone. You couldn't get your Blackmagic camera. You couldn't afford that. The average person couldn't afford that. And we're in a time now where you can do
and
anything.
Make it look professional.
Make it look professional. And I took that approach with construction. I'm like, you know what? This is hard, dangerous. But if I just take my time and I learn this new skill, I've learned so many things that I know I hope I never have to do again. But if I do, I can.
Yeah.
Tools can be scary, as cameras and audio equipment can be scary. But once
looking at the
I know we look at around us, I
giving me a
know,
headache just
yeah. But once you take the time to kind of like learn it, it's not overwhelming. Nothing has to be overwhelming. And I think a big thing for me is encouraging people to take on tasks that seem overwhelming and realize 100% honesty, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You just have to try. And you just have to take a deep breath. And don't get me wrong, there's times where I'm like, I can't do this.
I was gonna say, I have to ask you, do you delegate anything?
So my husband and I are the two-man team.
Okay.
We do have friends that help every once in a while, but for the most part, we delegate to each other, which isn't super helpful. But yeah, it's just kind of that thing of no one's going to work as hard for something as I'm going to work, for. But again, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Take a deep breath. You can do it. I'm looking at the you can do it.
What's your hoped for completion date for the studio?
So it's up. We're complete. We're at the
up.
point where it's like aesthetics, hanging things on the walls, zhuzhing the sets. We're ready to rock and roll.
Enough power.
Oh yeah. Also, that is like you build this thing and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna plug in. Oh wait,
No,
I can't plug that. That's not a real. I was hanging curtains the other day and I was like, oh, that's a fake wall. There's nothing to like. It's just gonna fall off. So you think of like a simple task of putting a curtain up. And you're like, well, if you've ever been on a film set, you look on the back of it and it's just raw wood and walls.
Yeah.
So it's putting supports in. So I'm also, I'm the, we're audio, we're video, we're production from A to Z. Yeah. So it's a lot.
And is that really the home of all your stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
So before that, I mean, we were run and gun. We'd film in our house. We'd build sets. We'd set up and tear down, set up and tear down. So now we have a home for permanent sets. We basically have like what you would imagine a sitcom set is. Faux walls you can get behind. You can light them. You can build, set up, tear down. Yeah.
And is there, I don't want to get into too much personal financial thing, but like, can people subscribe to you? Like, how do you generate revenue?
Income. So various different ways, brand partnerships, sponsorships. There's no like subscription sort of thing at the moment, maybe something in the future, but we do have a clothing brand that is based around the Halloween family show. So you can support by purchasing merchandise. We do local events and conventions, so we have people that'll come and support us that way. But yeah, it's our space and everything is self-funded. We believe in what we're doing. So we worked really hard to find the funds and work hard to make it happen ourselves. Yeah.
You're providing a lot for the world. So it's okay if they
I think so. It is, yes.
How do they find you? How do people who want to support you find you?
The best way is on social media. Okay. It's just VAMP, VAMP on all the platforms. You can find me that way. I have links to, it's the hub of the spider web to find links to all of the things that I do. Yeah.
So you got the @VAMP
I did.
on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, been around for a while. You'll never know though, because vampires never tell their age.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love all the things you're doing.
Thank
and I love
you so
that you're
much.
just being completely honest about who you are to the world, and it's amazing.
There's no gatekeeping here, and I think that there was a time where people want to hold secrets, and I get that. Like, I get there's certain things that, like, you don't want to tell everyone everything, but there's also that, like, being an open book and being that person that people can come to if you have a question. Like, I met some people here last year, and we bonded over beekeeping, and we kept in touch afterwards, and she was like, hey, what do I do here? Is this right? Is this normal? And it's like, why would I not want to help people? Why would I not want to spread that joy and spread that love so that everyone can feel like we're all growing.
I get the sense that you do exactly what you want to do.
I try.
Is there a thing you Is there a thing you want to
strive for?
Still want to do that you haven't yet done?
I mean, I want to take over the world, but let's, I mean, one step at a time. One
Door
step
might
at a
be
time.
open soon the way things are going.
Listen, I'm ready.
Let's get VAMP in here.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again so much.
Thank you. You're fantastic. Thank you so much.
So are you?